Hey, everybody, it should have been a podcast episode 148. 6 out of 10 social media experts both claim that they have expert knowledge of NFL team moves and the actions of FBI directors out of work or off hours activities. So we were talking a little bit about the Chicago Bears in the green room. Now, Paul, one thing I didn't mention is they would still be considered the Chicago Bears. Whether they moved to Arlington Heights, they bought 450 acres out there a few years ago,
Yeah.
but the Illinois General Assembly hasn't been willing to cave and give them money. And the Indiana General Assembly said, hey, we really hate our taxpayers, so we'll fucking cave. We'll give you all a shitload of cash to move to Hammond. And what was it sometime on the weekend? I talked to JC and I said, you set your politics aside when you're looking at the NFL, right or left. What you need to look at it is this red state going to steal a legacy NFL team away from the state of Illinois, 100-year-old team? And I say, is that worth an extra 1% on your soda?
No, so at the end of the day, Dallas Cowboys are in Arlington.
Yeah.
But Dallas
New York
Cowboys
football
is
teams
such a
play in New
huge
Jersey.
label. And I would say Chicago's the same way. Chicago, could move to Baton Rouge and still be the Chicago Bears,
Yeah, absolutely. JC, what do you think? I can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, moving closer to the microphone when you're muted doesn't help.
Well, it's still not. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not. Nah, it's not me. Let's still not hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Charlie.
You hit whatever button you needed to hit.
Okay, good. My point is that you can't get far away.
We lost you again.
We lost you again, bro.
I think your cell phone's trying to be the microphone. If you go down to the bottom of the screen that we're using here and see the down arrow next to your microphone, hit that, and then select your USB microphone.
Yeah, you get away from the Down syndrome and go to the...
So, microphone should be at the left. And that down arrow. Listen, every once in a while there's a little bit of audio that comes through, but it's so muffled. It's not words.
It's like last week with my camera.
Yeah,
randomly went on and off. I'd see the strike line through it, Oh, now I got an echo.
Well, I think his phone is trying to act as a microphone. It's out.
Dude, it's off.
All right.
Dude, go to CVS and come back and join us again.
You want me to go back on the phone?
No.
No, we got you now 5x5.
I mean, I've got 4 choices. Okay? I've tried them all.
No, you're good now, JC.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we just got an echo. But go on.
There's just an echo. Sean, do you hear the echo?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, now you're gone again.
For everyone listening to this in audio-only format, I'm sure it has to be the most entertaining podcast.
It's got to be entertaining because JC is AI.
No,
he's not a real person.
Dude, there's AIs that are better. Whatever.
Yeah. I saw what you did there, Sean.
I guess JC close out, reboot, come back. We'll bring you back up. All right. So we'll see him. So, it, in a, but no, honestly, in New York, both of their NFL teams play in New Jersey. Where do
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
where do,
No, that's a good point.
where do the Patriots play?
Yeah, yep.
Not in Boston.
No, yeah.
So does it really matter? Look. I get people get super sentimental about things, and I totally
Well,
get
they're
it. But
sentimental about the stadium, though, Sean.
yeah,
That's
but
the
they
thing.
fucked the stadium up 18 years ago when they put a fucking space dome on top of Soldier Field. Right? You had this awesome granite stadium, right?
Yeah,
Carved stadium, and they're like,
yeah,
"Hey, you know what? We'll give you a space dome on top of it. It'll look
yeah.
like a giant spaceship now."
We're gonna put a salty almond on top
Right,
of it.
right. So yeah, obviously you can imagine it's 18 years, and they're looking at the end of their lease, just like every NFL team does, and goes, "Hey, what are
Yeah,
our options? Because we don't want this option, and we don't want to drive into high crime South Loop,
right.
Chicago."
Exactly right.
Which is
Yeah.
why our practice facility is way up north in the suburbs in rich people land. So,
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
yes, yes. Oh, yes, very much so. So, but it was just, I think the thing that cracked me up so much was all of the people who were all of a sudden experts on NFL team moves and saying, well, if they move their stadium to Hammond, they're all still going to live in Illinois. And we're all like, why would they want to pay taxes in two
Yeah.
states? That why
Yeah.
wouldn't they move to Crown Point or
Why wouldn't they?
Valparaiso
Yeah.
or
And
Chesterton or
NFL's been doing that
up onto
forever.
the right or up onto the shoreline by mansions on
Yeah.
the Lake Michigan shoreline? Like
Yep.
you're not making any sense. Well, their practice facility, Hollis Hall, is up in the north suburbs. I said they'll move
Yeah.
it.
The one thing I've never understood is the Dallas Cowboys going to San Diego, for their spring training.
Well, but spring training's one thing. It's a week or two, depending, right? But the practice facilities, where is the Cowboys practice facility has got to
Oh
be
my God! It's in Plano. It's awesome. It's
right.
called the Dallas Star, and it is epic.
And
And it's a 5-star hotel. It's a 5-star restaurant. It's the practice field. It's really cool. It cost $120 just to take a tour of the facility.
oh yeah, I bet. I know, like for Indianapolis at their facility, which is up on West 56th Street. It's in the city, but sort of. It's about 3 seconds away from the suburbs. And
And
uh, yeah, every once in a while you can get in there for practice day,
right.
or they'll have
Yeah.
schools. They'll have days where schools can come in and play with the pros.
You're doubling now, Sean.
I don't know why that is. Do you hear that,
Now
Jason?
everybody's frozen but me.
Really?
No, I'm asking. Do you hear an echo?
No, I don't hear any echoes at all.
All right, well, fine. I'll crash out.
Do you hear me again?
Yeah, we finally got you.
Yeah, how about that? I hope it was worth the wait. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
This was a power play by Bing browser to try to take Chrome off my system. Hi, Sean.
Was
Now everything's doubled for me.
Well, that could be a good thing if you're gambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, with the microphone shit, you guys were really confusing me. I mean, that's never been a problem. I mean, it sits right here, and it always just defaults to it.
All right.
But
We're
I'm
good.
convinced after looking at what's going on with X and that they really don't want us doing this stuff. They change things and they make everything as hard as they can.
No, I disagree with
I
that.
disagree with
Casey.
that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why the change? Why can't I retweet Sean's podcast? Why would
I
it
don't know
suddenly
I don't know
disappear?
specifically what's going on with that, but they're moving broadcasts
somewhere else.
Paul's not enjoying himself.
And it's like trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it doesn't matter which
It doesn't matter which microphone.
All right.
All right.
I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this.
How long are we gonna be able to do
Sean, something's going wrong, dude.
Going wrong.
This is I really think it's your fault.
it's your fault.
I know. Yeah, get in line. You want to blame me? Get in line.
Well, I want to go to the front of
I
the
want to
line.
go to the front of the line.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can get an express pass. I don't give a fuck.
Hey man, I want to come to St. Louis and drink a beer with you.
Drink a beer with you.
No, absolutely. That we have to do that.
So Tanya has got an art show coming up, and I think it's in Creve.
It's what?
Creve Coeur.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah. So if she gets into that show, we'll be coming up to St. Louis. For that show.
What are the dates?
I have no idea.
Okay, just keep me posted then. All right.
Yeah, I will
do that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea what. That goes fucking insane. Lord, I was listed. While you two were talking, I totally rebooted the system. No good.
Yeah.
And I hear myself. I've got an echo. You hear me echoing, Sean?
The only thing I changed here is that my speakers are on Bluetooth. That's the only thing I changed. I can unplug them if you want.
I think you should.
I help.
I mean, that's not hard to do. And then we can go with regular PC audio. How exciting!
Oh.
Well, let's see.
Mono.
If the echo's gone.
The
echo is strong.
The echo is strong.
It's strong with me. I can hear myself.
As well.
For me, everything is working right, which probably means that I'm the source of the issue.
No, you are the source of the issue. There's no reason to doubt that you are not.
Paul, I've been hearing that from these women for 15 years, so you're not telling me anything I don't know.
Well, I'm just clarifying.
That's okay. I can take it. I got big shoulders. I'm going through all of it.
I like those big shoulders.
Hey, anyway, I can.
And I like the way you unlock and let some of that hang out.
Why don't I try to sign off and come back on my phone and see if it's better?
That works. Yeah. Whatever he did.
Yeah,
see,
the
the
echo's gone. Everything's gone.
echo's gone.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not going to be
good.
able to continue if the echo continues. It's just it'll be totally unwatchable. So
Dude, can I tell you something?
yeah,
Uh,
go for it.
I gotta tell you, actually today, I got on a Teams call with one of the largest maritime contractors called Battelle. I don't, you probably heard of them.
Mm-mm.
Battelle is, they're shipbuilders.
Yep.
And so we're a small business. They're looking to team with us on some Navy stuff that is a small business set aside. And of course, they're a major, so they don't qualify for it. And we did what we're doing now for like 15 minutes on a Teams call.
Oh my
It was,
god.
I'm like, I'm trying to have a serious meeting with everybody. And there's like 5 guys from Battelle, like executive level guys, and they're like, hey, what's going on? It wasn't us, it was Battelle.
Wow.
And, and yeah, and those guys, like a senior vice president is like, I'm gonna drop, and when you get your shit together, and I'm not talking about West Tech, I'm talking about my own people. You get that shit together, get it solved, and you can call me and I'll come back into the thing. But I got other stuff to do. And I was
Right.
like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh
Well,
my God.
and for that, look, I know we're trying to run all the tech on our own. Like for that, Patel should have had a guy in the room, a technician, a computer technician in the room, an audio
Right.
technician in the room, just sitting in the fucking corner on a laptop.
But they don't. What they use an AI tool to record the meeting and do all that kind of
Yep.
stuff to eliminate that guy. But the AI tool is not a problem solver.
No.
And so we're all sitting there looking at our dirty boots and shit going, okay, we've got 2 or 3 $45 million opportunities that I know is small by your measure, but we need you
Yeah.
and you need us. And the VP just blows a gasket.
If I could recommend to people who are in high school, whether you be freshman or a senior, your most effective job over the next 10 years would be learning how to be an AI prompter so you
Yes.
can fix the AI.
How to write prompts. Yep.
Not a coder,
Nope.
not a data center technician,
Nope. That's
an
totally different.
AI prompter, because all of the generations above you are going to struggle badly to really understand how to prompt the AI correctly. To tell the AI, hey, Microsoft Clippy, or whatever the fuck they call their AI, I'm going to call it Clippy until I die. Microsoft Clippy, we've got an audio feedback loop. We need to close it, isolate all the microphones.
Right.
Send.
Well, I'm kind of catching up, but are we talking about Cash Patel?
We were going to get there, but
No. I mean, I saw
Zoom
Paul
meetings.
said Patel. I didn't know if that was Cash or some other Patel. I mean, there's lots of Patels.
It was Zoom meeting nightmares using AI.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but I mean, obviously we knew what he was doing since the Atlantic's made such a big deal out of the celebration.
Well, I mean,
And
all right. Well, let me show of hands. Has anybody in the last 10 years of us all traveled for work?
yeah,
All right. Has anybody who's traveled for work had downtime while they were in a different city?
right, and you could go somewhere, right?
And do whatever you want. Oh,
Right.
matter of fact, you got a per diem. Now, the
Right.
per diem didn't cover the ticket price, so he covers the ticket price. The team
I
invites him into the locker room.
I hope so. Yeah.
The team invites him into the well. We'll see. We'll see. But
oh no, we will. You know that they'll subpoena everything. You know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So team invites him to the locker room. I don't get all of the people that are just losing their minds. Right, the guy who's gotten 6 out of the 10 top most wanted FBI list this year. They're like, how dare he not be working?
Sean, come on. I fundamentally I agree with you, but you got to know that Adam Schiff is walking around a free man. Okay, he ran his mouth before he got that job like nobody else about opening up a museum for the deep state and government gangsters and all the rest of that stuff. I mean, that's fine. This is a self-inflicted wound because there's people like me that are looking at that, and yeah, I'm fine with you being there celebrating. That's great, and beat the tom tom, and it's great. It's macho stuff. It's great. I'm glad they're coming to the State of the Union. It was fantastic. I was transfixed by the broadcast like everybody else, but you haven't arrested anybody. I mean, not anybody that we know. And that's still a problem. It is.
Can you show me what the previous FBI director would have left behind as reasonable, articulable suspicion to prosecute a crime? The crimes, the crimes that everybody's saying, you haven't taken down Schiff, or you haven't gotten rid of the pet. Well,
do you have a
thousands of pedophiles. You're
can you
talking about
watch?
if you get into the Epstein files, read through all 3 million.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Schiff standing there saying that all of this is hiding in plain sight and that
did he do it?
guilty of Russian collusion. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The stuff.
Did he do it?
Go back. No. Hold on. Go back to the Devin Nunes memo that you participated in writing and fucking read it. Okay?
Think Paul
Yeah.
something. Paul, thoughts? Is there any reasonable suspicion? No, honestly, prosecutable suspicion. Or, I mean, would he be throwing darts at a wall?
No, he's throwing. Listen, I'm conflicted because I can't say what's really going on. I just can't. And I understand what you're saying, JC. I really do.
Actually, you're making me feel better to know that actually something is going on. Okay. All right. Thank you.
A bunch is going on.
Okay. Because the perception here, dude, the perception here is that nothing is going on. Okay. That's all right.
Farthest from the truth. I obviously don't get. But what are your honest thoughts, Paul? Because I'm asking from a law enforcement perspective. Without, if there is RAS or reasonable suspicion, out of all the stuff, obviously they can't talk about it.
Right.
Totally. And I think Thomas Massie actually made it worse by releasing files.
100% he made it worse, dude. He made it worse. He threw up roadblocks that he wasn't even aware that he threw up. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, you understand the source of what I'm telling you?
Well, yeah, and anybody who would have a defense would say, well, now all of a sudden this is a public knowledge, and I won't get a fair trial, so you can't prosecute me, Judge. Thanks, Thomas Massie. Thanks,
well, there's another angle here, and I'm taking scalps on X today, and you've probably seen it, Sean, where some of these assholes are going on about how, well, look, the British are arresting people for, connections to Epstein. And I'm like, hey, assholes. Look at what the charge is. The charge is that they've betrayed classified information with MI6. It doesn't have shit to do with a young piece of ass.
Yeah, no crimes against minors. Let's because we're on YouTube. We'll use. There's no crimes against minors in England that are being prosecuted. They're being prosecuted for sharing classified information.
Right, and that's what got Andrew. That's what got Andrew rung up.
Hold on, let Paul jump in.
All right.
I want to say, can we be cautious?
We need to be
of what we're saying here in this podcast, JC. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta lower the temperature a little bit.
All right.
And I'm really telling you from a point of love. We really gotta be mindful of what we say.
Okay.
I've got lots of doom scroll. One of the ones I wanted to get into was SCOTUS and the AIPA. Listen. What?
Oh, they checked the wrong box.
No. Where I wanted to go with this is people expecting refunds, whether it be governors or FedEx has just filed a lawsuit. I've really kind of looked at this from a point of SCOTUS created a dumpster fire that they didn't realize they were going to create, in that they didn't say what you do with the already tariffed money, and therefore now you have to go sue the government again, costing more taxpayer dollars to try to get some sort of. And FedEx is the most recent one in on this. So we want a refund. I don't know what the refund they're asking for, but is it first? You're really probably never going to get one if you look at this from a legal standpoint, because SCOTUS did not define it in their ruling against AIPA. And then second, who are you actually taking money from to get returned to you, FedEx, or to, you see Minnesota or you see California's governor both say, well, you're owed $1,700. Well, define $1,700, because who? There was many businesses when this started that were covering the entire cost of the tariff. And then they slowly started raising prices. Other businesses immediately passed the price on to the consumer. So how are you determining this refund?
Well, first of all, let's just talk about how absurd it is that under this statute or whatever the hell it is, this emergency measure, that you can institute a full embargo of a nation for trade, but you aren't able to institute a partial embargo. That's like the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard in my life. Really. I mean, this gives you the power for a full trade embargo, but you can't do a partial trade embargo, which is what a tariff is.
It
a little different. Close. Yeah, so you can embargo, meaning block trade.
Yeah, you can stop it. Right.
You can't.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Go ahead.
It's covered by the FAR. The FAR has regulations in there that dictate how those kinds of things happen. And it's either on or off. There is no middle ground. There is no partial. There is no quarterly, half, 3/4. It's covered by the FAR and DOD regulations, where you either go 100% with this or not. That's cut and dried. It really is.
And if you work in the government, the FAR should be something, and it needs to be specifically to your government agency. Like DOT is 4220.1F in the FAR, but you need to be very familiar with the FAR, because that is exactly how you deal with your income. And
is it 1F or 1D? I thought it was 1D.
D was out, and D was Obama. They're in the F now.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
So it's a lot of really boring reading, but you need to know it if you work with these agencies and understand all of this. It's the federal acquisition regulations.
You guys are just making my eyes glaze over. I mean, okay. All right.
it's
But you
Yeah,
gotta
well,
understand,
he
Casey.
had he had the
he
had the power to do this, but he didn't do it the right way. Okay, I get that makes total sense.
That's what the Supreme Court said. You
All
were
right.
supposed to check the Farport 52-5, and you used Farport 52-7. Therefore, that's not the right FAR part. So we're going against the tariffs because you did not use the correct argument.
And then Kavanaugh comes back in his dissent and lays out exactly what the Trump administration
Right?
would do.
Did you read that, Sean?
Yes.
I read
so
it.
Trump's like, okay, I'm doing
I would
Kavanaugh.
encourage you to read it because it tells what it is.
Exactly what it is.
No, it made perfect sense. I was kind of squishy on Kavanaugh until I read that. I thought he was great.
Yeah, he was great. He did. And so let me tell you, all the way down to law enforcement, I've pulled over a person for illegally parking, right? Wrote him a ticket. She was driving a Range Rover and, had her hair did and tig old biggies. And she was like, "No, I'll see you in court." And I said, "Yes, ma'am. That'll be overtime for me."
Yep.
And she brought in F. Lee Bailey to defend her on this traffic thing, and he said, "Well, you did Florida 541-3, and it should have been 541-7." And the judge threw it out.
Yep.
It's the same all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It's the same bullshit, dude.
Well, that's really all that came out of this. It wasn't a win or a loss for either side. It was here. Fill out this paperwork.
It's another bunch of paperwork to dribble out the clock so Trump's term is over. And I smell the stench of Johnny Roberts, Commie John's friendship with Norm Eisen. That's what we're dealing with here. Sorry.
Trump,
and he'll tell you his balls stink.
Speaking of people getting outraged on the internet, I'm glad we cleared all that up for all of you listening. Hopefully more will listen later. Trump reposted a meme on Truth Social of him as one of the Team USA hockey players, and it's got him beating up a Canadian hockey player.
It's hilarious,
and it's
dude.
a great meme. And the outrage from the globe, like European leaders, this is unpresidential. And the response should be like, no, this is American exceptionalism, and we love it. We love this shit, which is why you've never won a war against us. Ever.
Yeah.
In other words,
excellent too is they gave Canada, who's second place, plush toys. I was crying, dude.
Did you see their faces?
Crying.
Did you see their faces?
And they're standing there with their little plush toys.
Paul, I gotta tell you, it's in the blood up in Canada. I'm convinced, because obviously I'm a Cardinal fan. I mean, when Tanya's in town, if the Cardinals are in town, we can do a game or something. That would be great. Yeah. But back in '82, now I know that's a long time ago. I mean, we're 44 years now. was the Cardinals World Series championship, and everyone was sure that the Montreal Expos were going to win. Obviously, they're in Washington now. You know, there's no more Expos, but they're there. And I can tell you who was there: Gary Carter and Andre Dawson and Warren Cromartie and Steve Rogers. Yeah, those guys were fantastic. They man for man, they had the best talent, and they telling us that the whole fucking year until the Cardinals won the World Series. Same way those Canadian guys are crying in their beer, going, "We actually played better, but they won." No, you didn't play better because they won. I'm sorry, the best team on that day wins.
You played better.
Right.
Yeah.
Hellebuck stoned you. Okay, I mean, he made a save with his stick behind his back. I don't think I've ever seen an NHL goalie do that upright. I mean, think about what that took.
That was the most amazing thing I had ever witnessed on the ice.
Yes.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
And he did it. And he did it.
Rewind
and he did it on purpose.
I want to see it.
You can't tell me he didn't do that on purpose. You saw him grab his stick and do it.
Right.
He blocked that. Yeah. Okay. Now, the goalie, there's another St. Louis angle here. Thanks for staying with me. But Binnington, the Canadian goalie, is the guy who won the cup for us in 19. Okay? He's not even St. Louis's number one goalie anymore. And we suck. Okay? I have no idea what he's doing in the nets for a gold medal game. But once they went to 3-on-3, I went back and I got another Yingling and I said, oh, this is going to be fun because Craig never can handle the wide angle. And you saw that the announcers were concerned that the United States kept trying to pass too much. No, that's how you beat him. He can't cover the other side of the net. So you do a cross-ice pass and he can't handle it. And Jack Hughes took advantage of it. That shot wasn't laser-like or anything. It was just, on the right side, and he was out of position. And if you go back, and look at the tape, I mean, I knew the game was over as soon as they got to overtime because he was in the net. God, I hate that guy. Anyway, all right. Well, he's not even the Blues' number one goalie anymore. It's Joel Hofer.
I've been yelling at the Dallas Stars about that particular thing for years.
And you know how ate up I am?
I can't believe they don't listen to me.
I'm listening to the Canadians crying their beer, and I keep asking all of them, why the hell is Binnington playing goal for you? Are you telling me there's no one else born in Canada that can be better than that? And they won't answer, so I went and looked for myself. The other Blues goalie, who's miles better, is named Joel Hofer, and he was born in Winnipeg. I mean, come on, get yourself a guy who can actually play goal. That's just stupid. You're handing them the game, and then you got guys out there like Marchand, these retreads, these defensemen. I mean, Colton Parayko, good guy. He has
like 2 generations.
Yeah, no, they haven't been good for years. Now, the Canadian forwards are pretty elite, but their defense and goaltending, they suck. All it took was getting a nice shot. That's all.
Hey, man, nice shot. Nice shot, man.
Yeah. No, Jack Hughes, American legend. I love that kid. Well, I mean, why not give up 2 teeth to get a gold medal, right?
I heard on the radio today, FM terrestrial radio, that somebody, the radio host was calling on Donald Trump to replace Jack Hughes' entire grill with gold teeth with his own money.
Okay, I actually have a serious question to ask you guys. Is it true that Jack Hughes' mother is the coach for the women's team?
I have no idea. No.
I heard that. I'm trying to confirm it.
Grok it on your phone right now. We'll wait.
No, I'm using my phone to do this because my fucking computer won't work. You grok it.
All right.
I mean, my point is, I mean, that woman should be getting the Medal of Freedom tomorrow night if that's true.
What's her name?
Mrs. Hughes. I don't know what her first name is.
Yeah, what Jack Hughes'
I heard
mom.
she was the coach. I heard she was the coach of the women's team.
This could be interesting.
I can't use my phone. I'm talking into it, Paul.
By the way,
this is so realistic. I'm glad it's working. That's good.
No, it worked fine. We'll work on your technical issues at some point in time later. We're not live.
Sean, I was so proud of myself for installing these speakers myself, and obviously it was a disaster. So, all right, I'll have to rely on you.
I mean, I get the need for speakers as opposed to headphones. I totally get that, and I appreciate that. I think there's an issue of a lag between the Bluetooth. Again, we're going to bore the shit out of people because I'm going to get too technical, and that's no fun.
I didn't have an extra USB. Do they have USB hubs anymore?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
John Robleski is the head coach of the U.S. Women's Olympic hockey team.
So the answer is no, JC.
Okay. It was too good to be true.
So.
And all the assistant coaches are male also.
Okay. This is folklore. So I threw it out there not as fact, but if she was, I wanted her to get the Medal of Freedom. I mean, seriously, can you imagine?
I mean, yeah, of course, but
yeah.
Everyone wants a Bad News Bears, or we always want that story, right? Like just that feel good, home built. One of my favorite movies. I know there was 3 of them, but about baseball was Major League. It was this bunch of idiots who got their shit together and won the World Series. Of course, sports makes you feel good, right? Especially with your team wins.
I just want you to think about how that game was going. And you got to the last 5 minutes and you're like, oh my God, Canada's going to get a goal. You know they're going to get a goal. And then they high sticked him and knocked his teeth out and got a 4-minute minor. So you're like, okay, well, they probably won't score with a 4-minute minor. And then some dumb shit gets a penalty for the United States. And now it's and they're holding the puck and bleeding the clock. It felt like I was watching the Rams in a playoff game. I mean,
well, hold on, slow down there because I was listening on iHeartRadio, because most people were at work, and when this was happening,
Sunday morning.
Well, at least for me, I was working.
Okay, all right.
And then, well, my first thought was, does anybody let's go look at the NBC numbers? Is anybody even watching this shit? And the answer
is crap. Everybody
was no. And then is anyone allowed to talk about it on the internet? And the answer is absolutely no, because the IOC was just like Lars Ulrich, and he's like, takedown, DMCA, takedown, DMC, takedown. You couldn't even see a 3 or 5 second clip on the social media because the Olympic Committee was just banning it, takedown. So I'm like, do you really, really, really hate the young athletes that much that you want nobody talking about it on social media when human beings in general don't watch television anymore? It's only people my age and up. And I don't watch television. But my age and up are the last people that watch television, and you're banning them from getting a clip on the only thing they watch.
I was stunned when I heard, Tirico said we're going to be back for, Milan Olympics prime time tonight, and they didn't rebroadcast the game. I was stunned. I mean, you can't tell me you guys are going to show me a bunch of foo-foos dancing around and shit with waving their wands and being gay in a closing ceremony and not show me that game again. You got to be kidding! That
Well,
thing is dynamite.
JC, I asked my mother, and just casually, I said, "Hey, listen, I know they've got whatever the Peacock app, and they got 3 or 4 different streams going." But I said, every time I've just glanced at Antenna NBC, it's been women's sports, and I said, "Mom, I have no problem with like looking at really attractive, 18 to 22-year-old athletic women." But do they even show men's sports on regular NBC?
I
And
had
like, I haven't seen them.
when I was watching curling, I fell in love with that Swiss girl with the dark rimmed glasses. You know, like the girl boss. I mean, she was dynamite, man. She almost led the comeback, and I'm like, "Oh, baby, come on!" No, she was great. Watching them slide down the ice, and she's got that puck all looped up. Anyway, I'll stop.
I get it. But again,
It's funny. Sean says, "I get it."
what I'm looking at is just a 22-year-old who is now entering the peak of whatever career it'll be, because that's going to be over soon because of AI.
In curling.
No, the TV watcher, the
Okay, all right.
22-year-old that's sitting down to watch any of this shit.
No,
Does he watch
they
it with his
watch
girlfriend?
nothing. Are you kidding? They don't watch anything.
So should the 2030 Winter Games just be robots? Because the young kids are gonna love it if it's robots instead of humans.
I wouldn't watch that.
So you're not the target audience. None of us are.
No, I know.
It's young people, and young people did not.
I mean,
watch the game.
Paul and I'll be sitting at Hooters in Maryland Heights, knocking back some beer, right? And we're gonna be asking the girls in the orange shorts, what's on TV? They're gonna go, "What's TV?"
Yeah. And when they come, you're going to go like, "Come here." Oh, it's chilly in here.
I get it. It's a sad time for everybody who lived through the TV generation. TV's dead. It's dead. Now, are you guys gonna still watch it? Of course you will.
Not as much.
You're the last ones.
Yeah.
You're the last ones, honestly. And you got to look at that through this at the lens of a lot of people don't understand that AI is going to replace them in their job if they're a payroll clerk, if they're an accountant, if they're receivables. And Amazon just said 400,000 are going to be left wasted by robots next year. And they promised by next year, early next year, we're just going to lay off the humans because humans show up high or drunk to work if they show up at all.
If they show up at all.
Right. So why do we need them when we can just have robot operations 24/7? And
that's how it's going.
Yeah. And I think the biggest resistance to it is people that don't understand that the technology is here. Because the argument I always see is, well, they could never fully understand something the way a human could. And I go, they can
They
do
don't have
it,
to.
and they could do it in microseconds. Let's go to driving. And I
So
see.
if I could tell you something, Sean.
Please do.
We are teamed with a aviation manufacturer, and they do OEM stuff as well as they have STCs develop their proprietary stuff, let's say on a T6 Texan trainer.
Yep.
Right? A single engine training platform. So
an air tractor with a little more horsepower.
Right. Yeah, in Olney, Texas. So the last time I was off grid with you guys, part of what I did was I stayed a couple of days in Oregon at the Amazon AWS facility where they were vying to get our business to, submit those aircraft parts and stuff, going on. And what I realized there was they had eliminated every human being except for a warehouse manager.
Mm-hmm.
And the warehouse manager had a, iPad. It wasn't an iPad. It was a Amazon product, but,
Sure.
about the size of an iPad. And he would do hourly or every 3 hours, he would do
What, a
you
human
know,
walkthrough?
do kind of a walkthrough and make sure everything's going smooth and stuff. But everything else was mechanized and everything else was AI generated.
Well, and one of the things that I think people again don't get when we're moving. This is just where we're going. It's when Trump is like, "Hey, we're gonna open up China to let cars build here." None of this brings human jobs. It
Right,
doesn't, and you need to accept that first. And I've found so many people don't accept it because no, for a lot of reasons, but the biggest one is they don't believe the AI is
right,
smarter or more capable than the human. And I say, you've
right,
clearly never employed people
right.
No, no
ever.
shit. Yeah, no
And you've
shit.
clearly never written a prompt.
Uh, well, they clearly never signed the front of a paycheck and going, God, I wish this dude wouldn't show up fucking high as a kite every day to work. Whereas my robot will just do what I ask him to do. Right?
uh, you've got a fertile field here. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Alright, so and then I posted videos. Like DoorDash is trying to beat Amazon to the punch, but I've literally took videos in a couple towns away of DoorDash. They have one human. They will not need a human soon. One human that loads the food into a box. A drone pulls it up by cable and flies at 100 miles an hour to your house, drops off your food, eliminating the need for human drivers and cars. Now, when you start to think about that, you go, well, but and I see all these transportation folks out there that they love public transportation. They love the 1850s and they love trains. And they're like, yeah, we can go so much faster on a train. We can go 250 miles on a train. I said, you have no idea what's going to happen in 5 years because in 5 years, we'll just move you. You'll just get on your whatever this thing is called in 5 years and go, I want to go to New Orleans. And it'll go, okay, $17. And you go, approved. Something shows up in front of your house and takes you away. People don't understand how fast this is going to happen to all of them. Now, what they also don't understand, and Paul, don't say anything, they don't also realize that America already has this capability in war.
Right.
I'm no more. We don't say anymore. It's like, I listen. I get it. I fight the good fight. fight for minimum wage, Bernie Sanders, and oligarchy, and this all goes away relatively quickly. The generation being born now will not know a world without AI robots
They will not. Yeah, absolutely.
in every
The,
facet of life.
You guys priced yourself out of the market. That's what you did with all your referendums about minimum wage.
Well,
You did.
that's part of it. Yeah,
That's actually a significant part. Because if you're telling me that they could do all that for $7 an hour, I don't believe you. Anyway,
I'm telling you, they could do it for 25,000 for the life of the machine.
I understand that, but that becomes a lot more of a judgment. That becomes a lot more of a judgment call at 15 an hour plus benefits as opposed to 7.
How much do you pay for it? It's $7 an hour. How much do you pay for an employee for 1 year? I'm telling you, the lifetime of a machine, $25,000.
dude, we're doing autonomous deliveries now for about 38 cents an hour.
Yep. You can't run a car that cheap. You can't. Think about that. 38 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I run in, that's the circles I run in.
I'm not doubting you.
Yeah.
Well, when everybody says, well, but then there won't be any jobs, of course there won't be jobs. The ultimate question is, well, if I can run delivery at 38 cents an hour, well, what did it cost to manufacture it when I take humans out of it?
Yeah.
42 cents?
Yeah. So what happens is our competitors go, no way. It's going to be $1 an hour, and you're going to get these differentiators, right?
Mm.
We're gonna have leather clad seats instead of, and we're like, that's not what the government asked for. The government asked for taking 25,000 pounds from point A to point B. We could do that for 38 cents an hour.
Well, Paul, look at it this way. Do you remember when my favorite plane is the Blackbird, the SR-71, and it was strategic in its use, right? And I know you love it, but why is the reason we let it retire is because technology improved and our satellites were better than the SR-71. And that's we're making that leap again. But this time it's going to be in retail.
That's exactly right. And I just want you to know there was, in between satellites and SR-71, Lockheed Martin built a manless SR-71. They called the SR-73. That was smaller, but it was still, and it was unmanned.
Do you see what what's his name, Mr. Scholl's doing with Boom Aerosonic to bring back?
We're trying. So
no, but this commercialized supersonic.
No, we're trying to team with him now on a couple of programs that we have.
Yes. So everyone that way I could argue with everyone that says we need to bring high-speed rail to America. I can go tee tee. No, we're just gonna go supersonic. We're gonna use planes.
Yeah. If I can't do it in this forum, but we got a lot of stuff going on.
I figured you did. Anyway.
All right, we hit an hour, fellas.
That's enough.
Let me find the closeout song.
Thanks, guys.
What a great time, great Paul.
Love you guys.